Today I will be talking about EVD indications and outcome amongst children. The use for EVD include wide range of indications in neurosurgical practice. The indications that have been reported in the literature include obstructive hydrocephalus, ICB monitoring, intraventricular hemorrhage, infective VB shunt, ventriculitis and intraventricular embolism, as well as for intraventricular administration of antibiotics. Repetitive CSF cultures from EVD should be used for febrile patients, patients with peripheral leukocytosis, change in CSF color, or if there is any neurologic deterioration. The complications for EVD include infections, hemorrhage, increased ICB, brain injury, and EVD slippage. In the period between 2014 to 2016, we operated on 35 cases. The youngest was 6 days, the oldest was 7 years, and average presentation was at 2 months. Most of the patients were less than 1 year, and most of them were males, and most of them were from Khartoum, which is the capital of Sudan. Most of them were conscious preoperatively, and most of them they presented with either deteriorated level of consciousness or symptoms of increased ICB. Those who had mild meningeal include 70% of cases, and patients were investigated using both CT brain and MRI brain. Most of them were investigated through CT brain. The positive findings was found in 22.9% of cases, and the final diagnosis we got obstructive hydrocephalus, IVH, post-meningitic and post-infectious hydrocephalus. CSF tabbing was done in 28% of cases. These are the intraoperative findings. We use both Coher's point as well as Keen's point. And as most of them were young children, CSF pressure was ranging between 5 to 7 millimeters mercury, and most of them they had no growth in their CSF culture. 2/3 of the cases were admitted to the ward, while 1/3 of cases were admitted to the ICU. And most of them were treated using single antibiotic therapy, which is ceftriaxone. Most of them they stayed for 1 to 3 weeks. These are the complications we encountered: tissue obstruction in 3 cases, catheter dislodge in 1 case, overdrainage in 5 cases, and most of them they improved post-operatively. These are the improvement parameters, and these are the deterioration parameters. As you can see, most of the deaths were due to medical causes. These are some examples of our cases. This is a patient with communicating hydrocephalus, operated with VB shunt, then complicated with aggressive hydrocephalus and ventriculitis. The patient is in obisotonous position. Then EVD revealed frank buzz coming out, and this is the follow-up CT brain after EVD removal. We encountered shunt exposure from different sites. These are some examples of our cases. This is a case with chronic subdural hematoma on one side, CSF on the other side with brain tissue in between, and this is the follow-up CT brain. These are the patients with positive CT findings. So in conclusion, EVD can be used for obstructive, post-infectious, post-meningitic, as well as IVH. Most patients will present with either deteriorated level of consciousness or increased ICB, but few of them may have positive brain imaging. The duration for EVD insertion is 3 weeks. Single antibiotic therapy was found as effective as combined as well as intraventricular therapy. EVD patients should be nursed in the ICU to avoid non-EVD related medical complications. Thank you very much.